I just got a question from someone who asked, what do I do if every time I sit down to read what I wrote yesterday, I get discouraged? And, the first thing I wanted to say is call me. We're in the same boat. Or call any writer. We're all in the same space. Yeah, I think it's just not unusual. And the important thing, there are a couple of important things. One is to just acknowledge, oh, this is normal. This is absolutely normal. Almost no one rereads what they thought was their masterpiece from the day before, because it feels so good often coming out and you think, oh, that was so wonderful. Oh, how did I think of that? And then you read it the next day and think, ah, plonk, no? So you're not alone. And here's the thing, is that first draft, or even the second draft, well, but let's talk about the first draft. It really is just the blah. Some people call it the vomit draft. It's just the words flung splat on the page. That's all it is. And so it would be shocking if it came out as anything but just a bit of drivel. Well, raw ideas. I think that's what we're looking at, this is the raw idea of what I had in my mind. I think it was Anne Patchett who said, she imagines butterflies, but writes caterpillars or something like that. Now, she has these, dramatically beautiful ideas, and then she writes them down and they just never quite translate as easily or as well as she was hoping. And so there we are. That's even Anne Patchett. But the good news is, that an awareness of it can be enough to shift it from being something that's totally discouraging and paralyzing to something that is almost motivating. I used to sit down, and the first thing I would say to myself before I read, because I had experienced that as well, I would say to myself, this is about to get so much better. And it helped to say that beforehand, because then I would come across something that was a bit clunky and I'd think, oh, how can I make that better? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to find another word that no one has ever used to describe whatever this is, And I would just go through line by line. How can I make this line better, that better? The other thing, there are two there are probably many occupational hazards. One of them is, oh, this is terrible, clump, 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 trash. Or delete, 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 delete. The other, so that's at one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is just being so attached to what you worked on and what you made that you start just tweaking little things to try to make it better, but you aren't looking at the possibility that, oh, that first paragraph might have to go, or I think what I thought was the main part of the scene is actually that was just me getting there. But I'm just not, just being open to larger changes without being kind of in a slash and burn mentality. So it's about navigating the space in between, just acknowledging that this is rough and certain things might need to go, but also being easy with yourself and being gentle enough to say, yeah, this is a process, and getting it out is just getting it out. It's just, as I say to people, it's like taking the big hunk of clay and slamming it on the table. With a first draft, that's all we've done. So don't judge a hunk of clay as you would a sculpture. It's going to get there, but you're going to have to sculpt it first.